Hey, it's me. I'm finally back again. Um, you know, life, it happens sometimes and gets a lot more lifey than you would have expected. Um, yeah. So, I'm back. I'm back to do a reading for you guys. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to set up and charge for readings. Like if you wanted a personal reading with me, just don't know how. Or, if I even want to. There's also that. Anyway, whatever. I'm here. I'm here to do a reading for you guys today. So, let me take a drink of my kombucha from Aldi. In fact, interestingly enough, my favorite kombucha is from Aldi. So that's what I'm drinking today. So cheers. All right. Let's see what we have here today. I already know which cards I want to use because I really like these cards and I really want to use them. So I'm going to do that. But I would first like to start by using this book. I love this book actually. So let's see what wants to come out. Oh, okay. This one. Wear a ring on your ring finger to activate and inspire your creativity. Perhaps the number 361 is important to you. I don't know. But that is the message. Let's get one more in case that doesn't resonate for you. Very soon it will all be worth it. And then you have an image over here with a skull with butterfly wings, which gives me the feeling of transformation, change. Change that might look weird, bro. I think we should kind of all prepare for a weird change, I just think that's going to be the normal thing. Also, page number 159. What's this? A tiny little spider. You guys, I left all my tarot stuff over here. Yeah, you go over here, buddy. And the spiders have invaded my corner, so. Okay, anyway, page 159, which equals 16, which equals 7. So, I don't know. Maybe that's important to you. Hope that helps. Now, what else do I want to do? Oh, yeah, runes still. I always start out with certain things, but I haven't done a reading for anybody except for myself in a while. I do them online sometimes. Let's see if there's any spiders in here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nah, nothing. Okay. Did you see a rune that stuck out to you? Maybe it'll be the one I picked. I don't know. Okay, I got... What do I got? I got Hera, or Jera, or Jira, or whatever you want to say. I don't know. I don't speak Norse. Taiwas. I do like that one, I'm not gonna lie. And Uruz. Don't come at me for the pronunciations. I don't know. I'm not a Viking, I'm not like a witch woman from a Viking village. Not me. Anyway, this one speaks to cycles that are repeating for a purpose. There's a reason something keeps repeating itself for you. You're waiting for a harvest, but do you know what you're harvesting? Do you even know what the cycle is happening for? Because I don't. So kind of feel like maybe you don't either. Taiwas means victory. This is, Tyr. This is the god of Tyr. Tyr. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it is just called Tyr. I don't know. But anyway, it means victory. And it means you can't lose. Is that? No. winning is guaranteed. Winning is guaranteed. But like, how long is it going to take? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, and then we have Uruz. I'm going to say this as kindly as I know how to. It takes hard work to accomplish anything in life. For any of our dreams to come true, we have to be the ones to do the work. If we are not the ones doing the work, is it our dream? Is that something we truly want if we're not the ones putting the work in for ourselves? So, how long are you going to keep repeating this cycle until you do the hard work? I kind of feel like this one has to go here. How long are you going to keep repeating these cycles until you do the hard work and finally emerge victorious? Wouldn't that be much better? I'm feeling a message that has been coming through very strong lately for everyone. So this is 100% a collective message because this is what keeps coming up for me when I try to channel a collective message. There is victory. We are going to win when we're done with all of this. However, if we just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, oh, you know what they say, that's the definition of insanity. I don't think that's the definition of insanity. I think that's just a saying, though. I don't know what the actual definition of insanity is. Probably me. Okay, anyway, those were what the runes have to say. Enlightening. Are you willing to do the hard work? That is a question you have to ask yourself. Am I willing to do what it takes? Am I? I ask myself the same question every day. And to be honest, the answer is usually yes. But sometimes it's like, I don't know, am I? Am I willing to do the hard work to get what I want? Do I want it that much to do the hard work? These are all super important questions you have to ask yourself. Do I want it enough to do the hard work? So let's get some insight on that. Do I want it enough to do the hard work? Okay. Let's see. I want to do this one first. Ace of Swords came out in reverse, but I'm going to turn it upright. That tells me there is an idea attempting to come through. Something's in the way. Oh, Ten of Cups. Also in reverse. Interesting. The only card that came out upright was the Six of Wands, which is victory. Remember, victory is guaranteed. We are guaranteed our victory. That's what they have told us. The victory is guaranteed. So what are we waiting for? These two coming out upside down are saying, what are you waiting for? Literally, there's a spark that is everything you've ever wanted, and it is going to lead to victory. But we're avoiding it. Why are we avoiding it? Are we scared? Are we scared of what that would look like? Let's get a couple more. Why? What's getting in the way? What's getting in the way? Yeah, like what's getting in the way of between? What is causing us not to choose this spark? What is blocking this? Sorry, I'm leaning against a shelf that I made, and it's not very sturdy, so you might hear that. Oh. So I feel like you might be in kind of a solitary time of your life. Maybe you don't have a lot of people around you right now. Maybe you're kind of focusing on yourself and just avoiding everything else right now. This tells me you're kind of doing what you need to do. Now let's see what all this is going on about. They're all in reverse. So that's a lot of reversals, friend. What? I feel like you're getting distracted by something. I feel like, well, yes, geez, we're alive and it's 2026. I can't imagine what you'd get distracted by, right? So, like, the world's on fire, yeah? And if you can pull yourself away from the soap opera that is this planet right now, I feel like we're all kind of being called to ignore it because it's not real. It's not like a real problem. I'm struggling with this myself. So, maybe this is finally a message calling my own self out. But I do know that it is hard to focus on what I need and what I should be doing when there is so much going on around us. But we are kind of being called to ignore it. We don't have to participate in the circus that is like the news on any given night. We don't have to be involved in that. We can do what's right and stand up for people who need people to stand up for them. But we can actually separate ourselves from what's going on around us. And that is a skill someone needs to learn. Separate yourself, be able to differentiate between the chaos and like what is true and what is real and what you're focusing on right now, which I think is healing. I think that's why we are in this solitary space right now, because a lot of us have been healing. I think most of us can agree that the planet is attempting to heal itself, and we are part of the planet. Like, we come from this planet. We were born and raised with food and water in our mother's stomachs, and the food came from the dirt and water. We literally come from dirt and water. Like, it's incredible. However, the planet is going through some kind of healing process. I feel like everybody is experiencing that right now. And sorry, this goes here. And that's kind of what we're all being called to focus on. Do you know why the world is such a shit place right now? Because our nervous systems are all completely out of whack. We need to regulate our nervous systems. And I kind of feel like that is what you're doing. I feel like you are working on regulating your nervous system. I feel like you are trying to pull yourself away from the insanity cult that is society these days. This is new for you, this healing journey, and like I'm getting a sense of self-love. I'm getting that you've never loved yourself like this before. This is new, and you're not really used to it. And because it's new, you are kind of keeping to yourself right now, which is fine. Do it. I have also been keeping to myself, and my therapist doesn't seem to think there's anything wrong with it. So I'm going to keep, I'm not, okay. This isn't about me. This is about the collective. You guys don't want to hear about my journeys with my therapist. This is again speaking to Urus, the hard work. Okay, hold on. I got to do this now because I feel like there is, where'd it go? Where did Tear go? Where are you, old boy? There it is. Okay. Tear goes here. Ooh, and you know what? Okay, we have the devil, and that goes here. The devil is the cycle. This is I just understood what this was. You are being held down by something you can't give up. This tells me it's something you can't let go of, something you can't stop doing, even though you know it's terrible. This is a cycle that keeps us chained down. This is the cycle that's getting in the way of the hard work and the victory. So we are putting off this 10 of Wands, which, I mean, in all actuality, who wants to do the Ten of Wands work? Nobody wants to do that. But what do you want? That's the question. What do you want? Do you want to be stuck here? Do you want to be stuck with your vices and your bad decisions? Do you want to be stuck in the thing that is keeping you chained down and holding you back from victory? No, you don't. Nobody wants that either. So now we're stuck with things we don't want to do. So which one that you don't want to do is going to serve you the best? Is it the devil or is it this Ten of Wands? The Ten of Wands is hard. You're going to sweat. You're going to cry. You might cut yourself and bleed. Who knows? But this is rewarding work. You know how when you do a day's, like when you spend a whole day doing hard work, whatever that might be out in your yard, might be doing the dishes you've been putting off for a whole week, might be, I don't know, pick your thing that you're putting off, you know, pick that hard thing. How good do you feel when it's finally done? Right? Like once you get that lawn mowed, you can look out and say, damn, I did that. I feel pretty good about that. When you go out and weed your garden when you don't want to, but then you look and it's so pretty and the plants look so happy, you feel good. I go on a 5-mile walk every day just to sweat and do hard work because I feel good when I do it, you know? Or the workout you've been avoiding and how good it feels once you finally make yourself do it. That's the vibe I'm getting from this Ten of Wands. And then this devil is everything that's stopping you from doing this. It's scrolling on your phone. For 90% of you, I promise you, it is scrolling on your phone. Put the phone away. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm recording this right now. If I'm recording it on my phone, I'm not on my phone and I'm being productive with my time. I'm doing the work I don't want to do because I know that I'm going to feel good once I do it. So I personally have chosen the Ten of Wands. Are you going to choose the Ten of Wands or are you going to keep choosing the devil? Okay, that feels very clear. I don't. Are you going to keep choosing the devil? Like that's where we are. So what do you need to do? Oh God, is that another spider? No, it's not. Okay. Who do you need to be? Let's ask that. Who do you need to be in order to choose the Ten of Wands and not the devil? What archetype of yours is waiting to come out so that you can choose the Ten of Wands? Who do you need to be to do the hard work? That's what we want to know. What version of yourself will do the hard work? Let's see if there's any more. I feel like one archetype is pretty limiting, but if that's the only one that comes out, that's the only one that comes out. I'm only going to do it 2 more times. So one more now. One more time. Okay, better. Who do we need to become in order to choose the Ten of Swords? Who do we need to become in order to choose the Ten of Swords? That's hard, you know? Nobody wants to choose the hard job. Okay. This one came out first. The Mirror. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's lay the rest out. I know where this is going now. Okay. And then we have the Medallion. And then we have the Prayer. So there are 3 people you could become in order to finally break away from the devil. You can become a mirror. Reflect exactly what you want to do and be. How you want the world to see you. That is what you need to learn how to reflect back. So we talked earlier about what do you want? What is it that you want? This is saying to become what you want, to become that person you want to become. Be them before you're them. Fake it till you make it. That's the saying, right? And that is a choice you could do. If that works for you, then that works for you. That would never work for me, FYI. That's how I know that is not my card. But it might be yours, because I will tell you, I did do this for a long time. Many, many years of my life were spent mirroring. It's the only way I knew how to survive in a world that didn't make sense to me. I would mirror everybody. So I will never do that again. That's never going to be me, but that might be you. I have CPTSD due to my autism. So I can't be the mirror anymore. That's just not for me. But it might be for you, because it did work for me for a long time until it didn't. Now, at the time, I didn't know what I want, and I was just trying to survive. So there is a key difference there as to the why, but you get it. So just start being that thing you want to be, that person you want to be. Be her, show up as her, show up as him, be him. When you look in the mirror, see that person. See the person you're wanting to become. Now, I will say visualization does work for me. And so when I think of this as visualization, 100% yes. I do that a lot. I will look in the mirror and I will see myself as the person I want me to be. Now, that does require you getting very clear on who you want to be. What do you want to look like? What job do you want to have? Where do you want to live? Who do you want to live with? Where do you want to live? What kind of house do you want to live in? What kind of abode do you want? Do you want a house? Do you want a cabin? Do you want to live in the middle of nowhere? Do you want to live in a huge city? What do you want? So this is really saying, get very clear on what you want and embody it. That fake it till you make it thing is a saying for a reason, because eventually you will make it. That's what Source is saying. If you can do that, if you can visualize it and become it, you will be it. So that's a thing. The medallion is more speaking to me about taking pride in your work. I think of the medallion as a medal. The word medal is in the word medallion. So when do we get medals? When we're being recognized for our accomplishments. How do we make those accomplishments? Hard work. Bingo, bango. That medallion, don't think of the 10 of Wands as there it is. There's our 3 cards. So really, these were just kind of, this is our message right here. This was all just kind of you should be aware of this, but this is the message. These were supporting details. These are the main idea. I'm not going to turn this into a lesson, don't worry. Okay, so our supporting details, where we're in this space of healing, we're kind of alone, we're missing opportunities because we're kind of engorged with everything going on around us. But we are learning to love ourselves. We are taking the time to heal. We have creativity around us to inspire us, and this is a great position to be in. But this is the focus of the message. So the medal, doing something you're proud of, taking pride in your work, taking pride in who you are as a person. Be proud of yourself. I feel like in society, we have gotten to this point where we don't let each other be proud of themselves unless they've won something. Don't wait to win to be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself now. That is super important. And I hope you heard that. Go back a few seconds and play it again. You'll hear it, I promise. Okay, the devil and the prayer. The devil and the prayer. Oh my God. I kind of want to start a band. Don't steal my band name. If you do, I don't know, I'm going to use this video as evidence for something, probably. Okay, internet shame. No, I would never do that. Okay, the prayer. This is breaking free. It feels impossible. Whatever this is, whatever your mountain is, and whatever you're using to avoid your mountain, you almost feel like you can't break free from it. You feel like it's going to take an act of God to get you off that fucking phone. And the phone is just an example, but you know what's chaining you down. It's going to be different for everybody, but we all have our vices. We all have our ways of avoiding what we need to do. So it's like a wish and a prayer. You want to be rid of this. You don't want to keep repeating the same cycle, and you feel like it's out of your hands. But what Spirit wants you to know is it's not. But if you need to lean into Source, lean into God, lean into a higher power to compensate yourself and make you feel better about letting go of it, then Spirit says, do that. Do what you need to do. If you need to let the higher power do it and believe that that's what's happening, do it. But what you really also need to know is it is entirely in your control. You need to know how to stop. You need to know where to find advice. Because what are you going to do if you can't give up your phone? You're going to fucking Google how to give up your phone. And then you're stuck on your phone, right? Let's go with the phone because, again, that's 90% of you. 90% of you, the problem is the phone, the devices, the technology. Not saying that technology and devices are a problem. They're incredibly useful tools that we all need in our day-to-day lives. And to say we're giving them up is ridiculous. I'm never going to do that. I'm not going to be that person. However, when my phone told me I averaged 10 hours a day on my phone in 1 week, that was a wake-up call. So I'm here recording again. I've been doing more of my hobbies. I like to crochet. I like to make shrinky dinks. I like to make paper crafts. I like to make all kinds of things. And I forget when I'm on that stupid phone. So my therapist, not me, my therapist had a fantastic idea because I told her I'm having a really hard time getting off my phone. And she's like, well, what if you took all that list of things that you want to do? Because it's not here with me right now. I have a sheet of notebook paper, like you can't see this, like a regular size sheet of notebook paper. And I filled that bad boy with all the things I can and want to do. And she had the idea of like cutting them all into like individual strips of paper, putting them in a jar, and then when I feel myself getting stuck on my phone, reach into the jar, pull one out, and go do that thing, which has changed my life. I'm still on my phone too much. I will be honest with you that I am, but I am on it significantly less, which is progress and improvement. And I'm never going to tell you that, like, I know what I'm doing because I don't. None of us do. But that is something that has been working for me. So if you would like to try that yourself, I highly suggest it because it wasn't even my idea. It was my therapist. So, okay, let's get some final messages, some suggestions from Spirit. What should we do now, Spirit? What's going on? What should we keep in our minds as we leave this message? What do you want us to depart with? That's too many. Ooh, avoid empty promises. Make promises to yourself, but don't let them be empty to yourself. Don't let people make you empty promises either. Okay, these are just like advice cards. Like, these are just things. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 9 here. That's too many. Let's try to see what comes out first. I gotta find it. I gotta make these. I don't like these. Oh well, 9. We're just doing 9. Okay. Cook your favorite meal tonight. I love that. Cook your favorite meal tonight. If that's what you need to do, listen. I hope you were. You need to go on an adventure. What are you struggling to surrender? This is right here. What are you struggling to surrender? Don't let the green flags distract or hide the red flags. That is definitely devil energy right there. I want these to all to be able to be seen, but you know, it's hard. If you're a Satanist, that's kind of funny. The devil in the prayer. Okay. I've got a crush on you. Maybe you should live your life as if everybody has a crush on you. You are aligned with your highest self. Sure, word. If you're shedding this devil, you are 100% aligned. Ooh, that's what it is. You need your higher self, and you are aligned with your highest self right now, which is why you are being called to do the hard work. Source is saying you can do the hard work. You are aligned with your highest self right now, and you have everything you need to do it. When I make eye contact with you, it feels like I'm revealing all my secrets. I don't know. That's an interesting message for someone. Time to pause and listen to what your body is trying to tell you. So I hope one of those messages you needed to hear. Please let me know in the comments. Also, if you liked this, I would love to hear it. If you hated it, let me know that too. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I need some feedback. Positive, negative, I don't care at this point. Feedback would be helpful. So I'm going to leave this here. I hope that helps. And I hope you have an amazing day where you believe in yourself. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.